Hello, my name is Olivia Bellamy, and for my cross-platform storytelling course, I decided to do my final on the topic of men who are in a career field that is dominated by women. The career field that I decided to tailor my project to was within cosmetology or the hairstyling business. As far as coverage execution goes, I gathered information by following two stylists who are also barbers. Their names are Andre Gilliam and Mr. Robert Smith. Andre's picture is on the left and Mr. Rob's picture is on the right. I followed these two over the course of a few weeks and just tackled what challenges they may have faced or what they face now and what benefits that they do have as far as being in an industry that is dominated by women. And then I would blog about it on my WordPress account using video, audio, text, and still pictures. So getting started, the first story that I did decide to do, well, besides the day in the life of a male stylist, was the one that you were previously looking at. But these two were just an introduction as to what my topic would be for my final. This next piece, confidence is key. Mr. Robert, he just discussed why confidence was so important for any stylist to have, not just males being in this particular field, but also with Mr. Robert, I did interview him, and with his interview, because he provided so much information, I divided it up into different series. That way it was allowing me to create multiple blog posts based off of his interview. This story, a client, she was going to Mr. Andre, and it was also her second time sitting in his chair, so she was fairly new. And what I did was I wrote this particular blog from her perspective. I wanted to know how she found out about him, why she did have doubts at first, because she did, since he is a male. And she agreed with me. You know, majority of stylists are females, so she was somewhat doubtful, but she tried him out the first time. She loved it, and now she's here a second time. These pictures are just showing from start to finish, from when she first sat in his chair to when she was looking at herself in the mirror, just in awe of her stylist. And this post here is just a day in the life of Mr. Andre. I went in the morning because that was best for he and I, as there was not so much traffic into the salon. But there's a YouTube link right there. All of my YouTube links on my blogs do work, and they're only about a minute to a minute and 30 seconds. But this here, it is longer because I wanted you guys to see what the environment of the salon looks like, as well as what Mr. Andre experiences on a day-to-day basis. So that was just a sneak peek as far as a work day with Mr. Andre. Here's another YouTube link. It is part of Mr. Rob's interview that I did with him. Again, I did break them all up. This one, it boils down to creativity. He discusses why creativity is so important to have being a stylist. A smile can go a long way. It's about what most satisfies Mr. Robert as far as him being a stylist, what he finds most satisfying. These pictures, I wanted to capture the environment of the salon, and I wanted to capture the stylist interacting with their clients. So I just wanted people to see what I saw. The owner, her picture is at the top. Her name is Bellamy, and she is my mother. So I did want to include her in my piece. This piece right here is actually Mr. Andre's interview. Now, the reason why I decided to do this as an article as opposed to having video footage as well like Mr. Rob is because Mr. Andre is definitely camera shy. I realized that when I had the camera in front of him, he didn't have that much to say, but when I interviewed him face to face without the camera rolling, he provided more information. So I did an article about him, and he answered the same questions as Mr. Rob as far as what he finds most satisfying, what challenges he's faced, consequences, if he would give any advice to an up-and-coming stylist, discrimination, sexism. And speaking of discrimination and sexism, Mr. Robert answered that question as well on his piece. This is just a little known fact, little did you know, or did you know? It just provides what exactly is needed to get your cosmetology license, or at least what Rob and Andre went through. From one stylist to another is just Mr. Robert's advice on an up-and-coming stylist that he would give. This piece here, it does tie into confidence again. Mr. Robert is definitely affirmative, and he does believe that confidence is important. And he stated why. On this particular piece, there's no such thing as a mistake. It was very interesting because I did ask him if he made any mistakes on any clients, and he said no. And his reason being why was actually very intriguing, so I encourage you guys to check that out when you guys have a chance. And this piece right here involves mixing business with pleasure. So seeing as though he is a male in a female dominated career, not only is he surrounded by female stylists, but his clientele is 90% female, he has come across instances to where his clients may try to pursue something more. So that was his response on how he feels about that. And my last blog was the real challenges that they face in a female dominated occupation. And to my surprise, it was not about competing against female stylists. The main challenge is that your clientele is 90% women, and it's just finding time or finding ways to appease them and make them happy as they're attached to their hair. As my social media plan, I did use Facebook and Twitter to appeal and bring traffic to my blog. On my Facebook site, every single post that I would do on WordPress, I did put a link to that on my Facebook page because I do follow a lot of people on Facebook or on this particular page, and I just wanted to bring traffic to that. So majority of my stories are posted on my Facebook site. And also I even posted a few pictures of what I saw in the salon. Sometimes it wasn't even a story really, it was just pictures. And because I do like to capture moments, so I wanted to share those moments with everybody else on my Facebook page, which is right here. There's a few pictures that I posted, just again with the stylists interacting with their clients. And there's my mom again. She was just talking to me, but I did want to post pictures because I love pictures and I want everybody else to see what I saw in the salon. As far as my Twitter account is concerned, I did use Twitter as well. I didn't post each story on my Twitter account because I do not follow that many people. So when I had time I did. And also I would post pictures of me composing the story. So whenever I was editing it, I would post pictures. As you see right here, editing my next part of Stylist Robert Smith interview. And I would just create little teasers, that way I can bring people to my site. So the Facebook feed, that wasn't really a challenge. The main challenge that I dealt with was just making sure that when I interviewed Rob and Andre that I had enough sound and not as much as a distraction. So being with them was in the morning was definitely beneficial. But back to my Twitter page, I did post still pictures of Mr. Andre and doing different styles. Since Mr. Robert had majority of interviews, I did want to make sure I fit Andre into my piece as much as possible. I did enjoy working with both of them as they did provide a lot of information that was very beneficial to me working on my project. But this is my Twitter page. Again, this is my WordPress account, olivianbellamy.wordpress.com. I encourage you guys to view it, and any feedback would definitely be appreciated. I thank you guys for listening to my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.